It's Saturday, Memorial Day weekend. So we have a lot of sorting going on here. Right now, I'm not really sorting. I'm just trying to consolidate the colors in the right areas. I had these pretty much sorted, and now I'm just trying to get them in the right areas so we'll be able to get the orders filled out a little bit more proper, I should say. Depending on what they are, but again, there's a lot of different ones, and sometimes I'll put them in here. This is like during my sorts, I'll put a bunch of the pie pieces in here, or the little wedges, and once I get enough of them, I'll start to sort them out, and then from there I'll be able to put them into a one of these larger areas like these. I mean, you can see like that. So then you fill these up with the different colors that you might have, and you go through all those. So it's kind of like a sort, pre-sort, another sort, until it gets into the final stage, which pretty much is that right there, right? Sometimes I realize I run into where I end up finding a whole bunch of certain things. So I'll just kind of just set them aside until I can get to them. And just like those little bricks there, the 1x2s, obviously we have, thousands of them. But before they get over here, I'll have them pre-sorted, and I'll eventually work my way over to getting it into these, which this isn't finished. It's just kind of like a pre-sort. No, sorry. It's a pre-stack. I want to know how many I would stack in each one, which obviously I spaced it out, but according to the weights, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of those. And some of these, they weigh, I don't know if it's 20 pounds, but yeah, it can get up there. I don't know. Same thing, so I'm just trying to sort them and then get them into certain areas, because that's all you're trying to do is find out, okay, I need to put these over here or over here. It's like here's these have not even been dispersed into the areas that they're supposed to be in, but they've been sorted to like the little flippers, what they are. But from here I have to go to the next stage. But I'll have some of these drawers out because it helps me just to be like, oh, here I have the elements, that I'll just keep adding to it until I get enough of a certain one. And I ran into, it's the same thing with these pieces here. You'll find a lot of these in the Speed Champion sets, and you'll just keep collecting them, like the gears, all kinds of stuff. Usually like Technique, I'll keep over here into these areas, and this will be like a complete area just for the Technique parts and stuff like that. And you kind of see how it goes in there, but it's just, I'm still trying to get them into the right area. That's all I'm trying to do. I get into a lot of them that are just, they're too big. Like these, I mean, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stud long pieces in there. So I didn't have even in those I couldn't put them in there, so that's why I stuck with just leave them in those type of trays. But like these here, I know I have to get these sorted into one of those type of trays. You can see this is just all, these are just kind of like put into the trays, but yet not really sorted properly, but they're in the right area, so you can kind of see all those. That's all it is. It's trying to get them into the right area and then start breaking it down little by little. It's the same thing with these. So it goes okay. I mean, some things maybe I know I could probably do better, but that's the way it's going to be for a while until I can get things better situated. What color? Well, I've seen some new colors. By the way, I ran into 1x2 rounds. Here, yeah, it's way down here at the bottom. I'm not going to bother, but they're different shades. Like this, you see this is dark blue, okay? And light blue, okay? But with the dark green, there's ones that are like green. They're transparent green, and then they're a little darker than the others. I looked it up on Bricklink, and they only show one version of transparent green. But I'm telling you, you can tell the difference. The green is not as transparent as some. And it was, I want to say 50-50, but it was you could tell. So I'm almost like thinking like sending the Lego and be like, hey, figure this one out. Because I can't know which. I don't want somebody to be buying a bunch of them and they'll be like, well, I got some that are a little coloration variants, so maybe I'll just order some from Lego and send those back to Lego so they can kind of look at them and figure it out, because that's just wrong. You should be able to get yellow and a set today, and later on it should be yellow or green, whatever colors they are. I get a lot of those like hoods. You get a lot of those, but main colors are the white, blues, orange, grays, black. So they don't have a whole bunch of different colors, but the one parts that have a lot of colors, which are like the 1x2s, they got to keep it consistent. That's all I can say. And don't give me no BS saying, oh, it's because of the sunlight. These haven't seen the light of day. They've seen that light, but that's about the only light they've seen. So alrighty, the Indy 500's coming up tomorrow. I'm a race fan deep down inside, so I got the Coca-Cola 600 to enjoy, and then I have the Indy 500 as well. What else? I have, well, I watched a little bit. I watched the qualifying for the F1 in Monaco. I actually went there many years ago. So it's nice when you go into one of these races. It has a little bit more of a enjoyment factor for you, I should say. I don't know how to say it, but it's like you recognize maybe the track a little bit better. Yeah, there's alligators up here. Look at those. Albino alligators. Some neat stuff. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm only about another week and a half away from being able to open up the store, and that's where I think I'm at. My gosh. I'm almost like sick in the stomach thinking about how many times I thought I was going to open it and never was even ready. So all you can do is keep going, keep trying. I have been selling some sets, and yeah, that's been helping a lot. I was planning on parting them out, but because of the time, you could probably get more out of it by parting them out. But then you got to find the time to part them out, and it's crazy. I part them out. I've had some people part them out, and what happens when you part them out, you'll find that you can do it a certain speed because you've done it so many times, right? You're familiar with the parts, colors, how to really sort them pretty quick, and it helps you a lot. Where someone else, when they start to part them out, it might take them twice as long, if not even longer, and they kind of feel like, oh, I'm not earning enough. But it's not like you're working at, let's say, a McDonald's, right? You're not going to make a huge difference. You're not going to make a huge difference with your production, okay? But then again, it's like you'll see people that will be able to do things so much quicker, but they'll get to that point, but they don't walk in and start to be like, oh, I need to be making so much more when they just started. So when people do that from the very beginning, it's hard for me because I feel like they're very disappointed with the pay, and I don't want nobody to feel that way, because I understand it is a lot of work, but yeah, I can only be like, yeah, the reality is with all jobs, it just takes time. You start doing them so much quicker or better. I don't know how to say it. So if you're getting paid $10 an hour, well, in the beginning, it might be awkward, but at the same time, if you start getting quick at it, that $10 goes pretty good because you're able to do so much more afterwards, where you're not doing it by hour, you're doing it by the job. So what you could have done in one job, you got paid, let's say $100 for 10 hours of your work, but I could do it in 5 hours. So I'm getting like $20 an hour, which is great. So I've been kind of like nice with people trying to do it that way, but I realized, I'm not, I think I'm just frustrating the people of not paying them enough. So I don't want that on my shoulders, and I don't want people feeling that way. So that's why I'll start, keep sorting them, and other people that I know that will sort them, they can do a certain speed stuff. We'll keep it in house, I should say, because life is life. I'm trying to think. I was looking at. Does anybody know the Rivendell set's not going to retire this year? I don't have any more, and I'm like, if that thing retired this year, that's going to be when ones that'll probably be gone before you know it. But I didn't expect that, and I don't want to run out and get some because they are so expensive. But I mean, you spend $2,000, get 4 of them. But I just have to have that confirmed. But what else? I don't know if any of y'all watch any of this Indy 500 with qualifying stuff, but to the Penske cars that got put on the tail end for some infringements. Newgarden, I really think this guy's going to come from the last place, the tail end, which no one's ever done before, and win this race. And I think part of it is because he's pissed. Whether it's like you have this stigma, if you do something, it's called cheating, and it might have been cheating. I don't know this stuff, but it might have just been simply like I was putting some tape up so it wouldn't fall off something. Just, and it gets ruled as, well, that's modification. And so we'll see how it turns out. But I saw that with, Kyle Larson, NASCAR. I tell you what, if you're NASCAR fans, go back and look. Before Kyle Larson was driving with Hendricks, he wasn't doing all that great. Okay, I don't think so. But after the situation happened with Bubba Wallace, he goes through a thing, gets on with Hendricks, and it just lit a fire underneath him. And he already had the talent as a good driver, so getting a good car, everything else was just like the perfect storm. And it's great to see people like that, once they're down, to be able to come back like that. That's what it's all about. So remember, you only lost is when you stay down. If you get back up, that's how you determine where you finish. Alrighty. I wish everybody the best. Happy Memorial Day. Thoughts and prayers out there to all of our veterans. And more important is all the people out there, our troops that are out there overseas or domestically this weekend. Wish you all the best. I know it's not a pretty picture sometimes when you're somewhere in another part of the world by someone else's choice. It's a lot of fun when you get to choose, that you're like, hey, I want to go to Hong Kong this weekend, or I want to go to Poland, or whatever it is. But when you're forced to do it, it's a little different. So even though I think it's a great opportunity for all the people that are in the services, whether it's Space Force, Air Force, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, Navy, all of them. It's a great time to be a part of something. I encourage all the younger people to consider it. I am not a veteran. I didn't serve, and I regret it. I wish I could have. I was technically ineligible. I had cancer at the time, so I was not concerned about that. I had bigger concerns. Alrighty. Wish everybody the best, and hopefully one day I'll get a camera that can focus better. Or maybe it's just me not knowing how it works. Bye-bye.